Hi everyone, welcome back to Nasedyanka, the channel where I talk about Bulgarian history, culture, traditions, and faith. So I'm going to begin, this is just an introduction, so that I may begin soon episodes 15 and 16. So I decided to offer you these in response to some requests that some of you made recently for videos on Bulgarian history, which I'm gonna focus on in episode 15, and then sexual morality within the Orthodox marriage, which I'm going to focus on in episode 16. If you are an Orthodox Christian or a convert to the Orthodox Christian Church, or you're simply interested in joining the Orthodox Christian Church, as a rule of thumb, I just wanted to say you should discuss personal questions with your spiritual father and confessor. If you don't have one, pray for one and seek one that is appropriate for you. In my videos, I aim at providing examples that I pull from Bulgarian resources that can shed clarity on the Orthodox Christian path, the authentic and real tradition, which tends to be quite misunderstood and even deceptive in the Western world. It's quite twisted in the West. So if you watch my episodes on modernism as well as ecumenism and the calendar matter, which I have posted previously, you will have an idea on how to discern the right Orthodox Christian spiritual father. In a nutshell, anyone who supports the heresy of ecumenism is not practicing the original tradition of the Orthodox Christian Church. I did notice that I ended up posting part 2 before part 1 on one of my previous episodes, episode 13. But I apologize for that. I was doing everything in a hurry, and I have my full-time job, and I was rushing. But now, you guys, I noticed that all of them are organized, and you have access to the introduction, the part 1 and part 2, so that you may get a little more in depth into the matter of ecumenism and the calendar. So now you will also notice that not all of the articles that the Bulgarian Orthodox Church that I share here are posted. Not all of the articles have been written by Bulgarian authors. Many of them are in fact translated from a foreign language, like maybe Greek, maybe Russian, maybe another language, and of course a foreign Orthodox Christian source. So after all, the Orthodox Christian Church does not discriminate against cultural heritage nor language, let alone ethnicity. The church is the church. The Orthodox Church is one wherever you go, so long that you understand what that means. It's not a brick building. It is. It's a body of specific tradition and dogmas. So those sources, however, by far have not been translated in the English language, which is the reason I am I'm pretty baffled, I should say. It kind of tells me that in the West, there is a movement or a tendency to select and filter the original texts or the genuine information, which I can say. So it's, as such, I am very distressed about this issue, because the Orthodox Church originated in the East geographically and not in the West, which tells me that there is much more depth and richness to learn from the original Eastern sources, rather than blindly trust the self-interpreted, skewed, and filtered publications in the West. Are there good sources in the West that fit in with the original Orthodox Christian Church? Yes, of course, yes. But it's hard to discern. My episodes on modernism as well as ecumenism and the calendar matter, like I mentioned earlier, covered this, the basics of this, although there remains a whole lot more to be discussed and translated, and in time, as time allows and God willing, I will be happy to publish more on YouTube, to share more. They're not my personal publishings, I'm translating. So in the comments section, I'm also always including just a few resources. I'm always including the resources that I pull this information from, but in this case, I might also include a few resources for you guys to educate yourselves a little better with, to acquaint yourselves with the Orthodox Christian tradition. Again, this pertains to questions which I greatly appreciate and some of you shared. And I love that. I wish that I could share all of the books that we have in Bulgaria, but that would take me a longer time to translate. But it is on my to-do list. Now, if you are not an Orthodox Christian and you are not at all interested, I say this mindfully, please do not push yourself to watch these videos and so trigger yourself or upset yourself. Some of you may learn and may benefit from this. I'm saying this because I do have a job and I do hear from a lot of people, just negative associations with certain wordings that they have learned to associate from a Western kind of perspective. No one should ever force you into any path. No one, be it a religious or another path, no one, yourself included. The Orthodox Christian Church's way is not and has never been through force. Free will, in other words, personal choice, willingness, and consent are needed in order to participate. If you lack those, if you don't have them, this is not to, force anybody into anything. I have mentioned before, and I will mention here once again, my channel is dedicated to the history, culture, and faith of my country of origin, Bulgaria. The Orthodox Christian Church is an indelible part of this country, and so it shows a lot in my presentations, which is natural. Also, my YouTube channel is a pure hobby. It has absolutely nothing related to my full-time job and profession. If any of you ever come across this and may wonder, this is not connected, okay? I do not share anything personally made up of myself on this channel. I may express certain thoughts about the article or the book that I'm sharing, but I'll let you know. I let you know typically. This is not intended for my personal philosophies, basically. If I share a personal thought, I say it. I say that it's a personal note, and then I move on. I tell you typically, hey, I'm coming back to the article. Let's come back to a point. I'm not making up the information that I share. I am I'm aiming at sharing resources already in existence, which I research and then translate and make available to the public in this way, available to the world from the Bulgarian language to English. And those resources, I select them because they're not just some kind of unknown, people. They're either professors, researchers, historians. They are Orthodox Christian leaders. They are saints. They are scriptures. They come from well-tested factual resources, and I include them in the comments section. So those of you who wish to make that research, you can go there and search it yourself. Also, this channel has absolutely no connection, like I said, to my job, and I mean that because many people might, have wrong interpretations. What gives me permission to talk about Orthodoxy, I had mentioned before, but here I thought it necessary to include once again. I received a blessing from a priest monk whose name is Father Dimitri Vissarion in the year of 2016 when I visited Bulgarian monasteries. And so he has written and published many books on the matter of ecumenism, Orthodox Christian tradition, the church, and he defends the authentic, true, real Orthodox Christian tradition and church. He is part of the Bulgarian Orthodox Church. He is not participating in any heresies. And he urged me in 2016 to bring a pile of his books to the West so as to share, because of the many perversions of our faith that appear in the West. And those perversions have and they continue to hurt people. So also my husband has graduated from the Bulgarian seminary of Saint Ivan of Rila. He was prepared to become an Orthodox priest, as a matter of fact, but because of he moved out of the country and he had to learn a different language, obviously English. This piece has been suspended right now. He has full knowledge and understanding, as well as connections with the Bulgarian Orthodox. I want to say the leaders, from the seminary, also clergy. His abundance in knowledge in this matter has been helpful, and we both find that many wonderful resources are made not available to the Western world. We have come to love our friends in the Western world. I have to say that we absolutely cherish our friends here. We call them our family in the West. They're genuine, wonderful people, and they themselves have been interested in us sharing more of this information. So hence, for this reason, I strive to slowly translate and make them accessible, like those resources and books. I want to make them accessible to those of you guys who have a genuine interest. I'm not interested in any quarrels or arguments. People who do not have interest genuinely, I believe they don't need to be forced. They don't need to be meddling with this. But people who have a heartfelt, genuine interest and strive to understand this, I'm pleased to share with. Okay, in episode 15, I will begin to share with you information about the Orthodox Christian marriage values and morals, since some of you asked me specifically to address this topic with regards to sexual intimacy within marriage. Since this is a channel primarily dedicated to Bulgarian history, culture, and faith, and the Orthodox Church is a part of Bulgaria, I agreed to follow through. So what I can do is translate the advice given from other great individuals within the Orthodox Christian Church, and which happened to be published and made available to the public in the Bulgarian websites, and again, resources that are not available to the West. Typically, like I said earlier, if you guys have a spiritual father and he is pertaining, like following the canons, the dogmas, the tradition of the Orthodox Christian Church, in other words, not participating in ecumenical lies, that is ideal. Because I cannot be your leader, and of course I cannot play the role which is not my place of a leader, of a priest, right? That's not appropriate. That would be a boundary enmeshment. I plan to begin releasing the videos on this matter after Pascha, which is a great and holy Orthodox Christian celebration, and as such it deserves its time and reverence, during which we participate in services and preparation. In other words, activities other than personal, typical modern day kind of hobbies. So I want to participate in that, and I will begin releasing those videos after. For this reason, I created a separate episode 14 that relates to Pascha and a few Bulgarian traditions that are Bulgarians engage in that period of time, before Pascha, leading to Pascha. So I don't have a detailed plan yet as to how many posts I will add to episodes 15 and 16, although I have so much information that I need to organize that information for delivery. I tend to, pack myself up with lots of articles and books and things, and of course I have to go through them and sort them out. So I will simply begin naming those videos by letters for organization's sake. Accordingly, like I'll say episode 15A, episode 15B, episode 15C, and so forth. Same thing will go for episode 16A, B, C, and so forth. And I'll put a title as in just to indicate what we're focusing on for that day. But it's all going to be under the umbrella of Bulgarian history, going back to 15,000 years ago. And on the other hand, the other episode is going to be dedicated to, like I said, morals and sexual intimacy within the Orthodox Christian marriage, right? So I'm excited. because a lot of this is not only foreign to people in Bulgaria, but also many people in the West. Um, a lot of the research that comes out nowadays actually stems from foreign countries who have that have kept records for many years, centuries in a row, sometimes thousands of years, and they serve as documents that talk about Bulgarian history and are standing in the world. And I genuinely believe that this affects you guys as well. In some of those videos, you will see how Bulgarians actually relate and have affected Native Americans in America, in the Americas. They have affected and influenced the Egyptians. They have affected and influenced the Indians, connected with the Indians, the Chinese, and so forth. For me, it's fascinating information, and I believe that it deserves its place in a video and topic in time. The same thing goes for your questions when we talk about morality and sexuality, sexual intimacy, as that was requested within the Orthodox Christian marriage. I think that that can be a wonderful, again, route to explore. So stay tuned. I will ask you to be patient and know that I am working on these, and I will begin to more systematically releasing them after Pascha. Thank you so much for your interest and support and kindness. And if you are again and again interested in more of those videos, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Feel free to write in the comment sections if you have questions, interests, comments, anything like this, questions of clarification maybe, or like suggestions for other videos. Whatever I can do, I'll be happy to do as far as researching and translating sources that are available to the Bulgarian public, and less, if not available at all, to the Western population go. So thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day and week. And I hope that the rest of our Lenten period goes well, salvific, productive for you all, wherever you are. That we can all say Christ is risen to each other in a few weeks. And with this, I will let you go for now. Thank you. Bye bye.